Um, looks like it is about to get going there. Scaling, of course, on the red side this time. Getting that last pick uh, here to counter whatever Sentry throws at them. And while we wait for the teams to get ready for draft, we are just going. I will just remind everybody to drop a follow on the stream. Thank you to everybody as well who has subscribed today already and who has gifted some subscriptions. We got some very generous people in our community, and I thank you all very, very much. As well, if you do follow all of our socials, if you do participate in the community, if you do type in chat, you are giving yourself more of a chance to win some of our prize packs from our sponsors. I want to give a shout out to No Frills, who have contributed a huge amount of non-perishable junk food that we all love to enjoy during this quarantine online gaming time. Uh, so Mel has got a whole bunch of that set up, Red Bull and Herbaland as well. You can get some of their stuff. So yeah, keep participating, keep telling your friends and bringing them in. And we are going to send you some free stuff. It's as easy as that, Dins. Um, and now that that's out of the way, we're back into draft for game 2. Sentry on the blue side here, banning out Shen and Galio. Not interested in those globals whatsoever. Samira and Mordekaiser taken away for Scaling. Scaling really doesn't want us to have any fun, Dins.
I know. I was really hoping they would just put Unknown Shadow on Smear Jungle and
Oh,
just carry the game, get 3
yeah.
pentakills. Like,
Just pop off. Exactly. That's what we want.
so there is a Mordekaiser ban. Did Sentry's original player get their Wi-Fi issue solved, or
That's
are
a
we
good
still
question.
playing with
Uh, no, they're still using the Salt Lord, so that Mordekaiser ban, I guess they just don't want to see it.
just in case? Just
Where
in case. Yeah.
Yep, just in
Okay.
case. Maybe the Salt Lord plays it as well. We haven't seen a lot of the Salt Lord. He has been generally their alternate this so far this season, but they're not interested in playing against Mordekaiser.
Or maybe
Um,
they wanted to give Deadfish the Nico he's been complaining about all
yeah,
all
there we go.
season. He
Yeah,
finally got it.
Deadfish, exactly, and he does lock it in. They lock in Nico first pick every time they are allowed to, and that is exactly what happens here. Scaling now, going to take Olaf first pick as well as Senna there. Uh, Is that Senna likely to be in the ADC position or support, do you think?
Hmm. That's hard to say. Honestly, it really can be either one. I wouldn't be surprised if it's support
Mhm.
because Senna can play into like so many kill lanes like the Senna
Yeah,
Jhin,
exactly. Yep,
Senna Caitlyn, just high poke lanes that can be really annoying to play against.
exactly. Yeah, the Jin is banned out, but definitely could see the
Oh,
Caitlyn
that's
there.
true.
There's the Tom Kench coming in for Sentry support, and also Warwick was locked in. I like that pick. Definitely has the potential to do uh, some things reminiscent of hyper carrying. Anyway,
Hmm.
so that'll be cool to see Unknown Shadow on that, presuming it is in the jungle. And there's the Silas. Um, is Dredgemon has played this in other times where he has been playing Dredgemon, of course, also an alternate on the roster for scaling, but he has played Silas before, if I'm not mistaken, and very good on it. We'll see if any more hilarity comes out of Dredgemon's tiny little micro disconnects. Um, that was definitely a highlight there for me, I gotta say. Yumi is another band coming in. They're not interested in facing Ezreal, Yumi, and Sentry, of course, still to pick their bot lane. So looking
Well,
at this Senna, we'll see what they decide.
if this is Deadfish's Nico, wouldn't that be support Nico?
Uh, that's a good question. So they have when they get Nico, sometimes they put Deadfish in mid, actually.
Oh, okay. I was wondering about the
And then
taunt
Mako
cards
goes
as
down onto
well.
support. Yeah.
Okay.
So that is what I'm assuming is happening here. Mako going down to support on the Tom Kench and
Well, Mako
Deadfish.
is the ADC though, right?
Or sorry, not Mako. Yeah, the support player. Yeah.
Right, right. Who is their myth? I can't
So
remember the names.
it's yeah. Now I'm miss. Uh, I- I'm doubting myself here. So Rope Snake played mid last game. And I like how these players Just sort of switch around back and forth and keep us on our toes here. But
Yes,
Rope Snake played
reminiscent
Talia
of
mid
a
last game.
good old Dinsbags draft.
Exactly. It's
So much
definitely there are
flex
definitely
power.
shades of Dinsbags in here. Glad we had you on to analyze this properly. Draven is the pick here for scaling, and yeah, so the bot lane left to be picked for Sentry, and we'll see. There's the Zaya, uh, and if you wanted to take Tom Kench top lane, Rakan is available as well.
Hmm.
That would be
Tom Kench
cool.
is a very annoying laner to play against in top lane.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, speaking as somebody who allowed my account to decay and is now climbing through low gold, I'm definitely running into some very annoying Tom Kench players who play in lane, play in solo lanes. Uh,
Yeah, it's one of my least favorite things to play into.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Hey.
definitely. Even the power of your Darius might have a while, might take a while to cut through the toad. But that is a collie actually picked up,
So,
and so this looks like a collie
dead
top, um,
unless they
which is a
decide to send Deadfish top,
exactly, yeah.
it's possible, I guess.
Yeah, potentially. So there's a couple of options here, and the thing that is interesting is that if it is a collie top, it's a blind pick, and against a player like the Coop, who just played Scion, who would do totally fine into a collie. Very, very interesting to see.
Yeah,
Um,
it could be that that they're gonna play Nico and Akali as either mid or top, and maybe they're waiting to see what they're picking for the coop, and then
mhm.
they'll decide which one they'll send top, which one they'll send mid.
Yeah, absolutely, it could be the case there. So interesting. I generally like this composition quite a bit better. There's the set who will do fine in absolutely any lane
Hmm.
he goes into. Uh, But I like the composition from Sentry quite a bit better this time. Maybe a little bit more damage drafted and a little bit more variety in their champions. They've got a nice front line this time. So we'll see what scaling can do. That they're going for some early snowballing, definitely with this Draven and Olaf pick here. So
Hmm.
we're gonna see how that goes. Of course, the prediction is 2-0 here. Both our normal analysts predicted the 2-0, so there. I'll just put that in there for good measure. But yeah, Dinsey, I don't know. Do you agree? Do you like this Sentry draft a little better than last game?
Definitely, I like the fact that they actually have a front line this time,
Yeah.
and also that they put their carry Unknown Shadow on something that can carry a little better than Jarvan. I've
Yes,
definitely seen Warwick's able to completely carry games.
absolutely.
So I like the draft a little better. The team fighting, they have a big Nico alt. It's really just going to depend on can their damage dealers output a lot of damage? Is the Saya going to be able to be put just laying out tons of autos? Is the Kali going to be able to get some big plays off?
Yes. Yeah, indeed. And then over on the side of scaling, of course, it looks like a kind of an early snowball uh, goal here for scaling. Definitely going to be it's an interesting duel between Olaf and Warwick there in the jungle because both of them are quite strong duelists early. So always interesting to see that. But we will come back to that in just a few minutes because we have to take a quick break for the delay. And after that, we're going to have game two where Scaling is going to try and put this one away, and Sentry is going to try and keep themselves in the quarterfinals. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody. We got game two of our first quarterfinal match. My name is Wes Rambo, and I'm joined by Dinsbag here as our excellent guest color caster tonight for Scaling versus Sentry. And game one, Dinsey, was a bit of a wash, but we definitely prefer the composition and the draft from Sentry in this second game.
Yeah, I'm definitely interested to see. Oh, wait a second. The Salt Lord is their jungler?
Oh, so Unknown Shadow decided he would go up onto the Akali there, unless they missed the switch or anything. But it looks like they are. Yeah, they're setting up. They've got This is what they're trying. Hang on. So rope snake. Kieran's gonna have to do some very. Oh, here there's an invade again, and this time they're ready for it. Sentry. Kieran's gonna have to do some creative switching around. It looks actually like it's going to be Tom Kench in the top lane, and Akali
Wonder.
in the mid lane. So Unknown Shadow, since they, have identified and they've realized this is the carry of the team, they decided to switch it up. And Salt Lord goes onto the Warwick in the jungle, Unknown Shadow on the Akali in the mid, facing up against Dredgebond. This is a big time skill matchup, and it's going to be very interesting to see Unknown Shadow try his hand against a really really strong mid laner.
I do like putting Tom Kench top. I think that's going to be really good for it's definitely stops a snowball because it's just so hard to kill him. And I
Yes.
like this. I really do like that Unknown Shadow is on a carry champ. I think Akali is
Yes.
a pretty good carry. And then having Deadfish on his patented Nico
There you
in the
go.
support. I think seeing now who's playing who, I like this comp like just a little bit better now.
Yep, I have to agree. I think that Deadfish down on the support on a champion is very very comfortable on. This is a great setup, but a lot of it, if Rope Snake is able to just sort of be sustainable up in the top lane as the Tom Kench, we talked about how annoying it can be. Then all it comes down to is Mako, just making sure that Mako stays safe and is able to stay alive in this bot lane. Not doing so well for that right now as Alex Sturdy on the Senna. Going to put down some poke. But even so far, Quinn going to come up for the gank. Rope Snake gets tagged, but as Tom Kench, look at that. He actually spits the coup back. Doesn't quite get him into tower range, though. Quinn going to go for the blast axe, and it doesn't quite kill him either. We talked about how annoying Tom Kench is, and he just survives there. Salt Lord looking for a counter gank, but doesn't look like he's going to be able to get much.
Yeah, it just seems like Quinn is a fiend for ganking top level 2 every single game.
Yeah, absolutely. Quinn very much focusing on that. Now, is the Salt Lord going to catch up? We talked about the dueling here. There's the flash coming in from Unknown Shadow. First blood goes over to the Warwick Salt Lord, and Dredgemon is out of mana. He actually, he does get the kill. Presence of Mind going to get him way higher in mana, and he gets the double buffs. So unlucky there. They almost were able to get Dredgemon. If he had just a little less mana, they would have. Unknown Shadow, though,
Yeah, Unknown
knows
Shadow
he's low.
just whiffed that E.
Yeah, didn't quite get it, but he also
again.
just whiffs the E once more, and if he had hit that, Dredgemon was dead. So good try there, and 1-1, much better start here from Sentry with the first blood going over to the Salt Lord on Warwick.
Yeah, it's looking like definitely a lot stronger coming out. The
Yeah.
Silas with the double buff, however, it's going to be very difficult.
Oof, exactly.
Because he is a mage, so the blue buff really helps him a lot. And as I say that, the bot lane's
Oh,
already ahead.
yeah, Leggy, hang on.
However,
There was a double kill down there somehow. I don't know how Alex Sturdy ended up dying, but he certainly did. Salt Lord going to get the fear. The axe doesn't quite hit, and so 3-2 in favor of Sentry here. And Dinsey, if Sentry take one game in this series, it would be the biggest upset of our entire league so far. This is a huge mismatch in skill, but Sentry are looking great in the early game.
Yeah, that was actually really crazy that Zaya got way more out of that than
Yeah.
Draven got, getting a double kill because I know this bot lane of scaling loves to get ahead early and they love to bully people, but I think they might have after you come out of a game where you're 18-0, you kind of forget that once you're level 1 again, you're just as strong as the other guy.
Yeah, exactly. That might have come into play, but Quinn gets to play Olaf, so he kind of is just as strong as a Fedley Sin in some ways in the early game. Salt Lord going to go in on Dredgemon, but this 2v1 is not looking good at all for Sentry. Salt Lord tries to get the fear, and are they going to go in on this? Unknown Shadow has the option, but he is going in, and the heal comes out. Dredgemon now is going to go for the chase. No flash available on the Silas, but ooh, the chains coming through. Take him down. Mako getting poked out here by Alex Sturdy, and that stun is going to spell death. Oh, and just as we said it, Sentry looking just looking to be put way but far on the back foot in just a couple of seconds all the way across the map. So hopefully they can get back and use their early kills to get back into these lanes. But Dredgemon already 3-0. Very, very scary on the Silas.
Yeah, I think there's a few main issues. Oh, and another kill coming out from
Yeah,
the
kill
bot lane.
coming in. I almost didn't cast it because it just looked so so normal. There's Leggy taking down the Salt Lord.
And
She's
another
going to take a
one.
lot of damage. There we go. Mako gets the
Ooh,
kill back and flashes away. Very, very good mechanical play there from Mako to
that
get
was
that kill
very
and get
clean.
out. Alex Dirty going to keep trying to push in, but this bot lane for scaling not going to be the carries that they maybe normally are in this game, as Mako getting a lot done down here.
Yeah, it seems like Sentry they're managing to pull off some pretty clutch plays, but
Mm-hmm.
they just end up losing out on fundamentals. Like if
Yeah.
you notice before that fight, like right before Draven picked up that kill and then traded it with his own life,
Yeah.
um, the lane was Draven had a Doran's blade and a BF sword.
Yeah.
Zaya had a Cull, Doran's, and just the attack speed
The
sword,
dagger.
whatever you
Yeah.
call that. Yeah, the
Yeah.
dagger. Um, Despite Zaya being 2-1 and Draven being only having
Sure.
one kill,
Yeah.
like Draven had more items, like a lot more AD, and that is because Draven was up about 35 CS.
Yeah, exactly. And you
And
can see, oh, Alex
trying to
Dirty and
stand
Mako
and
had
kill.
no way to get out of that, and he didn't even try. So he just lets himself go down there. Unknown Shadow now in the mid lane, getting harassed by the Silas. Here is the second dive, and this time it will be successful. Mako not going to get the kills here. And the Coop going to get chomped up by the Tom Kench. This is a lot of damage, and
Ooh.
Rope Snake with the solo kill on the Coop. Hell yeah, Sentry. That is some really, really good stuff all across the map. They are pulling out the stops in this early game already to, do what they can against a very, very skilled team here in scaling. Mako there going to walk up, and Mako might have been looking at the shop there because he walked up way too far here. So as much as exciting as as excited as I was about Sentry, Mako really dropped the ball on that one.
Yeah, it seems like every time Sentry starts to come back, they make a cool play or a clutch
Exactly.
play.
Yeah.
It immediately goes down. But
Yeah.
at the very
Oof.
least, those plays are happening. It's
Mm-hmm.
it's a little better than last game.
Oh
They're
yeah.
not just turning over and dying. They're going out with a fight and then dying.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah. They're playing a little bit of a more chaotic style here. Dredgemon found Unknown Shadow in the jungle, and that duel is not something Unknown Shadow's interested in right now. He's gonna have to back off
Yeah,
there.
not at
Dredgemon,
all.
Dredgemon kind of looking for even more here, as we see Quinn in the mid lane, and that axe hitting might cause them to go for the dive. There's the flash coming in.
Tron
Unknown
going
Shadow
very
dodges it.
aggressive
Going
there.
in past the tower, and doesn't look like Quinn is going
Ooh.
to get anything, but the turret manages to take down Quinn without any damage done. Execute comes in. There's the ultimate coming in from the Salt Lord to finish that off. Now it is Mako going to be fighting 2v1 as his support falls. Mako going to be taken very low, but he does manage to get a trade back. And the Coop is actually struggling quite a lot here up against this Tom Kench. And just shows, here we go. He's going to go for the swallow. And is this the second solo kill?
Wow.
Rope Snake takes out the Coop. And this guy is nuts on Tom Kench. Where was this composition the rest of the series here, the rest of the season? Leggy going for the Salt Lord. There's the Akali to come and follow up, but Leggy's very, very strong on this Draven. Unknown Shadow wants to go for it, though. Leggy going to be so low, but Unknown
Ooh.
Shadow doesn't have anything left in the tank. And Leggy does manage to
Very
get
close.
away, only just, but wow, all across the map, crazy plays going on, and Rope Snake having a hell of a game on the Tom Kench.
Yeah, it's really looking like this game might be closer than you would think.
Yeah.
Like even in that bot lane 2v2 where Draven
Mm-hmm.
and Senna were diving, they
Yep.
both died, but then the Senna died and gave up a 700 gold kill, making it worth it
Yep.
for Sentry.
Yep. Yeah, the only thing, and we can't ignore this, as excited as we are, we can't ignore. Hang on, Alex Dirty. Before I go with this, Alex Dirty going to get caught out pretty hard. And there's the set ultimate taking Unknown Shadow back towards Alex Dirty, but the slow is going to be enough. Leggy takes one down, And there is Mako coming in with the ultimate, but it's not going to do much. There's a big stun coming in, but it's just too late. His teammates are already all dead. Unknown Shadow going to be able to get out of that one. I was going to say, Dinsey, if you look at the CS difference, that really tells a bit of a different story than what we've been seeing with the tower dives of Draven
Good point.
against Xayah. That is pretty depressing to look at there. That CS difference of 19 to 74. As big a differential as we've seen at all in this league. But at the same time, Rope Snake up there going pretty even and getting those solo kills. Here comes Unknown Shadow with the hyphy play, but he gets rooted up there. And he is going to get the kill after all. Goes back down onto Alex Dirty. And will he be able to get out here? Quinn is going to chase him, but not very much mana left. Unknown Shadow dodges out of one. Quinn's going to have another axe there. And he doesn't manage to get it. Unknown Shadow with an absolutely sick escape after a kill there onto Alex Dirty. And Sentry, even though they aren't likely to win this game with the game state now, their plays have been hypey as hell so far in this game. It's really, really exciting to watch them do this stuff.
Yeah, both teams are just pulling out really, really flashy plays, but
yeah.
Ooh, Mako, you do not win that 1v1.
Definitely not. Against the Draven with Infinity Edge completed at 11 minutes, not likely. The serrated Dirk as well coming in there from Leggy. Mako definitely taking the brunt of this here.
And it just kind of goes back to what I was saying before. That, wow. Scaling is just going to run over this game really because of fundamentals. It just goes back to that CS difference. Not just the gold, but also the levels.
Yes.
Leggy being 3 levels up on Xayah.
Yep.
Sentry is managing to make a lot of flashy plays, but just because they haven't been able to stem the bleeding properly in lane, like at least being able to get XP under turret, at least trying to get CS where they can, they haven't been able to do that at all. And it's making those flashy plays and those clutch moments almost equate to nothing.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, that CS difference really, really hurting them. You saw Leggy use 2 auto attacks to kill Mako in that situation back there. Here comes Mako back here to try and defend. But this game, even though the flashy plays came in, it looks like it... Oh, the ultimate comes in there from the Draven, and it looks like it might end just as soon, if not sooner here, as Sentry simply cannot handle, like you say, the pure skill that scaling is bringing to the table here. Mako's so low and so far behind. We got some exciting stuff out of this game. Leggy going to go down to the Ignite. Really, really good shot down there.
The Draven.
And the Coop actually very low as well. Unknown Shadow going to go in, but doesn't quite get the last tick there. I like the idea, but it just wasn't quite the range. So the Coop does manage to limp away. But they will defend successfully. And yeah, you saw Unknown Shadow. There we go. Is he going in? There's the ultimate. He is going to get the kill there. The Coop goes down. Don't recall like that. I got a better way for you, he says. Regmon going to duel up against this Tahm Kench. Action all over the map, but they do manage to defend the push, at least for now. Now Dredgemon is seeing exactly what was going on. He said, hey, how come you can't fight this Tahm Kench? It's so easy. Oh, I see why you couldn't fight him. Really good stuff there from Rope Snake, but with Quinn here, that is going to be it.
Yeah, Sentry, I do like the fact that they're just willing to try anything at this point.
Yeah.
They know that it's playoffs right now. It's do or die, and they're playing like it is do or die.
Yep, absolutely true. They are doing everything. They are not taking anything for granted. Leggy manages to take down Deadfish, and actually a double kill comes in. He's going to go in so hard. Look at these auto attacks coming in. Triple kill coming in. Quadra kill for Leggy. The Draven reigns supreme, and that might spell the end of this quarterfinal there. The death timers are pretty low, but the minion wave is probably big enough. It looks like they might be able to take this down. 15 minutes in here. Here comes Deadfish with the ultimate, only managing to hit minions there as the Senna ultimate, or the Senna stun got him. There's the Coop getting eaten up. Draven so much here. He's going for the pentakill, and he's got the double already. 3 players alive there. Mako takes down the Coop. Draven going to take down another one. Triple kill coming in. They're going for the end, though. They just want to get this done and move it on, and that is scaling. Dinsey, I know that I always bring you on for huge mismatches, and I'm not trying to do it, but scaling, but at least we got something very exciting in this game too. But Scaling does take the 2-0, and they will move on to the semifinal.